Yo, hey, hope you're doing great. So, today I'm gonna be reacting to the Waterboys, The Hole of the Moon. The Hole of the Moon, right? So, this is a song suggestion by one of our patrons. So, this is from Tommy Delvin, right? And he said the Waterboys with The Hole of the Moon. The Waterboys came from Scotland, and this song was not a huge success for them when it was first released, but over the years it has probably become their most famous song, and it is the song paid tribute to those people who inspire us, those people who see farther than us. It had been said that this song was written when Mike Scott's girlfriend asked him if it was easy to write a song. He said yes, and so he proceeded to write this. Okay. I mean, writing a song, it can be easy. Writing a good song, that's the difficult part. So interesting, huh? It's about people who inspire us. So we're gonna check it out. I haven't heard this by the group, but yeah, I'm excited to get to listen to new stuff. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see how the inspiring. Let's see how we see it, right? So let's do it. Oh, before I continue, I just want to let you know I'm gonna react to this as a classical guitarist. I'm gonna watch a whole video, the first take, without stopping, right? And that's pretty much my reaction, and then I will give you an analysis the best I can, right? So I will come back to the video, do play and stop, right? So yeah, try to. There's every song have something interesting, so let's do it. Making sure we're recording. Yeah, sounds inspiring, yeah.
I pictured a rainbow. You held it in your hands. I had flashes, but you saw the plan. I wandered out in the world for years, while you just stayed in your room. I saw the presents. You saw the whole of the moon, the whole of the moon. You were there in the turnstiles with the wind at your heels. You searched for the stars. You know how it feels to get too high, too far, too soon. You saw the whole of the moon. I was grounded.
Oh, the bass now sound louder. Huh, the resting.
The skies. I was dumb.
Oh, there's a trumpet and everything here.
You cut to light. I saw the rain-dirty valley.
Saxophone and everything here.
You saw Brigadoon. I saw the presents. You saw the whole of the moon.
Interesting, yeah?
I spoke about
Well, we had the saxophone. Oh, the voice.
you just flew. I wondered, and I guess
Oh,
that I tried.
Out of the saxophone.
You just knew. I sighed. But you swooned. I saw the crescent. You saw the whole of the moon. Woo! The whole of the moon. a secret vision underneath the stars. Yes, you climb on the ladder with the wind in your sails. You came like a comet, blazing your trail. Too high, too far, too soon. You saw the whole.
Oh yeah. It's a lot of people there. So 8 people there. Interesting. Oh, that was an interesting ending. I mean, the video got stuck, and I was like, what happened? Stay like that. Okay. Actually, I think that's an interesting ending. Huh. 3, 4, 1. Finishing 1 actually. Well, that's common. That's common, but it's done. Yeah, it's such an interesting ending. I think that it's common. Yeah, but that was very unexpected. So, okay. First of all, I love the sound, the 80s sound, of course. You know, just the voice and the synthesizer. But also, I love when the rock bands have a saxophone. I always say that saxophone and piano, those two instruments for me are like, oof, and if they are together, it's for me incredible. But yeah, they have had trumpet and a violin. Very uncommon for rock bands, unless it's like a, for what my experience is like a Celtic, or like a, you know, Celtic, like, or heavy metal. But I don't see very often the violins, and it's very nice. But this group, something that I like is that every time that they added the instrument in the music, they will give in the video, they will put who is doing that new instrument. And also it's very weird because I thought that maybe there's a bass from the beginning all the way to the middle part, but then there's a section where you can notice the bass louder, and I like that they put the image of him. And then they had the backing voice, the female backing voice, and obviously it felt like a kind of crescendo by instruments, right? Like every time they add more instruments, and then in the end it's a mix of everything. And I like the trumpet, how it sounds, and how the music sounds very inspiring. The lyrics are poetry, right? I enjoy to have the lyrics, but the lyrics are more poetry. And you know, we're talking about the moon, but obviously I'm so more intrigued about what's happening. But yeah, so I like the combination. And then of course there's a little section in the end for a solo for the saxophone, which I love. There was a part that when the backing female voice began to sing, I thought that it was the saxophone, because I was not expecting a backing vocal. And I was expecting the saxophone to come, and I was like, wait, that sounds like the saxophone. But then when I see, it's her voice. And then obviously later the saxophone come in, and then you can see the difference. But yeah, I was thinking that the singer, obviously sounds great, rock and roll and kind of like gothic vibe from the 80s. I think in the 80s this gothic movement of vibe was very common. And you know, obviously the clothes and Actually the singing too, but of course I like the poetry in the music when, you know, it's more behind meanings of the lyrics. So yeah, we're gonna go to beginning. Drummer, super nice. Keyboard, synthesizer guy doing the backing vocals, very present, very strong. And yeah, we're gonna go to the beginning. Those are my first impressions. So now I'm gonna do little by little to see how many times I'm wrong with the whole thing that I say. No, we're just gonna analyze the best that we can, right? Very inspiring. Yes, those chords that they're using are very, feel that energy of inspiration, of course. And then we have, of course, the violin, which again is a super nice addition. Oh, I'm a classical guitarist. I didn't even talk about the guitar. Obviously, the singer is playing guitar. I don't know if there was a solo for the guitar, but you know, yeah, I mean, I'm probably more in the instrument, the whole song per se. So, yeah, okay. Oh, it seems that the, you know, I cannot even. Get away. I cannot hear the guitar. Yeah. No. I see that. That's it. Doing the melody. Pa, pa. You held it in your hands. I had flashes. No, I do hear the guitar, and yeah, I do. It's doing rasgueados, but very in the background. Very difficult. It's very difficult to hear the guitar. Yeah, you can listen. You can hear the guitar, but it's so into the mix that you cannot. It's difficult to. It sounds like very similar to the piano, very together as a piano. And obviously we have the piano and we have a synthesizer. He probably have two, but yeah, the guitar sounds. There is a rasgueado, but then with the piano, which is a good thing. You know, we have a combination and. It does complement the piano and the guitar rasgueado super. It complements very well. It creates a unique sound. Like the only way that you will tell the difference is if you play the guitar part by itself or the piano. Then if you hear those two, you're gonna be like, okay, that doesn't sound like the song. Then they playing together. It's just it sounds like what you're hearing right now, which is the song per se. Had the piano again. You were there in the turnstiles with the wind at your heels. You search for the stars, you know. Okay, so now wait. Too far, too soon. I do hear the bass, but it's very far away. Now we enter to give emphasis to the bass, which is so like random, I would say, but I like it. I like it that also they put the video with him playing, and it's like maybe the bass that we're hearing right now is part of the piano, and now the bass came in super nice and solid. Yeah, actually, I think that it's that the piano is we hear the bass from the piano or the keyboard, right? And now we're listening to the key and the bass, and you know what? It's just like a crescendo. When I mean crescendo, is that we adding more. It's getting bigger and bigger. We're adding more instruments because then later we have the voice and we have all the things, right? Oh yeah, love that. And yeah, I hear the guitar. It's just that, yeah. But it's mixing with the piano sound, so yeah, it's very difficult to identify. You cut to life and saw the rain dirty valley. Okay. And then we have we have a trumpet, which you know is such a beautiful addition. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, of course that helped to make it sound very inspirational. So then when I hear that, obviously, when I was in my first reaction, right, what happened, I was not looking at the video well. I was concentrating so much on the trumpet, and I didn't saw her singing like right now, and I thought that it was the saxophone, but no, it's just that her voice is so low that it can, that my mind kind of, I was not expecting her. I didn't. Now that I'm here, I see her dancing here, but I didn't saw her, so that's why I want to tell you that my mind, when I'm doing the reaction, is just processing and listening, and it doesn't know where to go. It sounds like a saxophone.
I spoke about wings.
Now it sounds more like a voice.
You just flew. I wondered and I
I
guess
had to say I love the bass, melody. Like the bass part is super nice and punchy, right?
I tried. You just knew.
So for a brief moment, we heard the saxophone. So I think that was the saxophone that we heard there. Espera, wait. Ahora. Bom. But very, but it's very briefly, so that's interesting. And the violin. Very, very catchy. The hole in the moon. It's a nice backing voice, vocals. Nice. I love the combination of the voices. I think that's a violin, but again, beautiful combination of the voices. I love what the other two vocals are doing. They're complementing very nice harmonically, actually. He's singing. And I love the trumpet. Nice. It actually sounds a little bit like a choir. Beautiful. Felt like a gun, and then we had the saxophone, the sherry. Oh. So now we have a beautiful combination of all the instruments, and it's just like a party, like a celebration, I would say. Like, yeah, that's what this crescendo, the whole song is inspirational, right? But then it just feels like a celebration. Like, I don't know. Obviously, we're talking about a hole in the moon, right? Again, the poetry, right? Beautiful poetry, but all the adding on instruments and everything, and then now we are like in the how do you call this? In the epicenter, or how would say when you go to the end of. When you go where you want to go, right? So now we are everyone celebrating, and it feels like a celebration. So yeah. You hear the trumpet, violin, saxophone, the trumpet in the back. So yeah, I feel that like a beautiful celebration. Yeah. So that's what I got. 22 million, yes. Classic rock from the 80s. The Waterboys. Probably a lot of those you are gonna be angry at me. John, how haven't you listened to the Waterboys? Of course, it sounds familiar, but um, yeah, yeah, inspirational celebration, beautiful stuff. Interesting. Love seeing three different instruments from from. I mean, Yetro to have a flute in the rock band, progressive rock, but here we have three. You know, violin is less common. Trumpet too, more common. But then the saxophone, I think that I have seen it very often, and it's beautiful. It's romantic and it fit well the 80s vibe, and it feel well the time this period of music. Man, I'm forgetting a lot of words today. So anyway, that's what I got. So let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you so much to Tommy. So Tommy, thank you for this song. And yeah, that's what I got. Check out the Patreon if you want me to do some requests, and if you want to do some requests. But yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Take care.